Alright guys, so we've got another tiny game here. We got Naexmett up against Yoshi. So Zeus versus Hades. The Hades player instantly going for Sentinel and then having it bolted down by the Zeus. So Naexmett not any better, not any worse off with the initial aggression play, because the Zeus player just perfectly counteracts it. House being cancelled there. So what does Yoshi have up his sleeve and what does Naexmett have up hers? So temples a piece. Yoshi going for a bit of favour gathering behind this, but both players otherwise trying to cram down mid-map houses. Not really working for either of them. Yoshi getting a little bit of favour up to 25 already. Naexmett only on the 5, so Greeks do generate a bit of favour like everyone else, I think, but not at a particularly quick rate, while they can actually generate it by gathering it, just like a regular game. Not necessarily always the most worthwhile thing to do early on, but I mean, you do want to get a good number of houses, so you can go for some classical Age unit aggression. Even though you probably will look at taking an extremely quick heroic, and on top of that, yeah, you can always delete the ones closest to you in favour of putting slightly closer military production. So Naexmett going to go for a bunch of ranges here and try and harass the hell out of Yoshi, but Yoshi deleting a house, and the Minotaur can use its special against the Cyclops, while the reverse is not true, I think is the case. Because Cyclops can pick up any human unit and kill them one hit. The Minotaur of Yoshi's now being a bit of a pest. And Yoshi popping his restoration power behind this to keep the pressure going. The Minotaur now falling too. We got hero v hero, but Naexmett already has those ranges in support, while Yoshi switching to the military academy already has a lot of towers which are just about to upgrade, and Naexmett's going to probably have to look at garrisoning a lot of trained units here. Ajax, the winner over Odysseus in the center of the map here, but is it Pyrrhic because there's a lot of towers in support here for Yoshi, and now Naexmett having to make sure units are just training into their building. Yoshi going to get a mix, well actually going to get stables, deleting the barracks in favor of stables, because Naexmett up to 4 ranges at the moment and having to make a bit of space in order to get a market and then eventually get fortresses. So market for Yoshi on the way as well, slightly faster, actually pretty much neck and neck. And a bunch of villagers being turned into pigs of Yoshi's. Nice use of the curse there by Naexmett. So you might be thinking, oh well, what about units? Well, this really prevents Yoshi from keeping even on the building, because Yoshi's only got 3 or 4 villages at the moment. Naexmett has got quite a few, but they are under a bit of threat at the moment because there is now that Hydra of Yoshi's in the base, picking off one there. Naexmett trying to cram out a fortress, and Yoshi doing the same. So Yoshi still has bronze, Naexmett still has pestilence. They're both very, very valuable tech, very valuable god powers to have, particularly at this stage. Yoshi trying to wear down 1 or 2 production facilities, try to take a bit of space off Naexmett at this point. Ultimately, the Hippocons do have to back off, and Naexmett actually going to get the fortress out faster than Yoshi here. They're having a garrison the Tox in the town centre, just to not lose them. Here we go, Metropolis, Ajax, but Yoshi bronzing these Hippocons and looking to try and take down one of these ranges. So he has that temple still, so could look at possibly deleting that and utilising the space for more towers. Oh no, here we go. Getting the Medusa, and now the Lightning Storm. So Naexmett on the back foot. Lightning Storm, not a great effect against the structures, but it's very tough for any units coming out here for Naexmett. Naexmett, in the meanwhile, thank you for the follow. Naexmett following up with Earthquake and Pestilence. So Yoshi now finding it's going to be very difficult to reinforce this. Naexmett down to just the fortress and the Toxotes that were garrisoned in the town centre. And Yoshi unable to train out of his two remaining stables. Nice block of towers here for Yoshi, but he has lost his fortress in the meantime due to being at the epicenter of the earthquake. So Naexmett adding a little bit of military production here, deleting a building just to get a bit of space. Double range being added. Ajax just being garrisoned up with Perseus, who's going to be used to great effect because that Medusa head means he can freeze any myth units. So if Yoshi decides to get Medusa, or maybe get some Cyclops, they won't stick around for very long. Lepless out now. And Naexmett about to lose a house. The temple. There's plenty of health left, and there are some Hippocons here to start zoning once again. And neither player being Poseidon, meaning that all these falling buildings aren't really generating any units. It's just sort of making a bit of a lull in play. But now Bellerophon, he's going to be able to take out siege units with ease. So Naexmett's going to have to try and focus down Bellerophon with the static defense and try and keep Telepolis and Petropolis away from it, because he's going to be able to pick them off with ease. Gastrophedes now being used to try and focus down structures and villages. This is maybe Naexmett's last chance, considering how many structures Yoshi now has. He's really managed to build back up behind this, streaming forward Telepolis, and he's going to try and take out one of these frontside towers and houses. He can really limit Naexmett to 35 pop, and with very limited amount of static defense. Naexmett, now with no Bellerophon on the field, can look at pushing with the Helepolis once again. Try and take out... I don't know why you focus a temple though, because Yoshi's not really using it at this point. Temple is going to go down, but not before one of the Helepolis does. And GG, Yoshi takes the game.